Broadcasting from the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence, NCTV45.
Hello, my name is Anthony Mastrangelo. I'm here again to ask for your support and vote on May 21st. My background is I have 2 degrees. I have a business degree from Youngstown State University. I also have a graduate degree from Columbia University in New York City, and that was in healthcare and hospital administration. Prior to my becoming mayor, I worked at several hospitals, and 16 of those years I was the CEO of 2 hospitals, one in Chicago and one on the Lower East Side of Southern Illinois. Great experience. I always felt that when I retired, I would move back home, because this is my hometown. I've lived in many places, but you just can't beat your hometown. I like it. I have my family here, and I want do something for the city that when I moved here, they were in financial distress. Now, how can that relate? Renting a hospital is not the same as renting a city hall or the city. But I take with me my experience, my dealing with people, patients, a lot of politics in hospitals, in addition to, of course, in politics here in the city. Now, I know someone's been asking, are we better off now than was 12 years ago? And my answer is unequivocally yes. I don't think really people understand how deeply in debt the city was in for the past administrations. $75 million long-term debt. In order to cover that debt, we had to spend $8 million a year annually. I've got it down to $32 million, only $3 million a year. And that took a lot of time, a lot of planning, and no borrowing money at all. That's one of the things that we cannot do. Anyone who takes this position, they have to do it without long-term debt, because you're trying to reduce debt. Our finances have been stable, and when I was able to, when I started, I was given what is called a recovery plan. I had over 150 initiatives that I had to address, and we addressed them. Not just me, but my team. Stephanie Dean, who's the CFO, all the police chief, fire chief, we all worked together in bringing the best services that we could to the city. Our finances are stable now. We're going from a junk bonds. I couldn't borrow any money if I wanted to. Now we're down to A- stable. It's good to have that, because when you go out for a bond issue, we did go out for a bond issue about a month ago, only to reduce our debt, and that works out rather nicely. In 2019, I was able to add no new taxes at all. In 2018, I did raise the taxes $500,000, which is like $200,000. But in that year, we had excess revenue of expenses of $1 million. Now, of that $1 million, $700,000 has to go in 2 restricted funds, like, for instance, the pension program, and it's called sinking fund. It means that's the money that you use to lower your debt. It cannot be used for anything else. If it's in the long-term sinking fund or it's in the pension. These are restricted funds. But we do have an extra $300,000 that is unrestricted. And then I'm going to ask the council for permission. I get they're okay. If I can use the $300,000 to pave streets, to pave additional streets. We have a contract with ProTech that will, in fact they're working now, This about a little under $500,000. And so $300,000 will give us another, let's put it this way, for every 200,000 is one street mile. So another 1.5 street miles. And not only will we pave streets that are needed, but we also eliminate potholes, which has been I've been criticized, but I can only have so much money to spend. But we've been able to do potholes on a regular basis. We started even in the wintertime because we have what is called hot boxes. Hot boxes have maintained the asphalt at a temperature that when we repair a pothole, it stays. It's not like it was before when we had cold patch. In addition to that, when I started, I had zero money in reserve, no money in reserve. Right now, I have $2.6 million in reserve. Now, that's required under Act 47. You just can't use it to pay off anything other like a rainy day fund. You can't borrow money and then use that money to pay off debt. That's unacceptable. And the state will tell you that. There's certain things you can and cannot do. Listen, I have a young team. I have a team that I put together that is committed to work with me to get us out of Act 47. We made great progress, I have to tell you that. We're all working together. Hard workers, we're all working together to get us out of Act 47. Now we come to a critical point in the city as a financially distressed community. We're going to get a 3-year extension. Normally we would probably have to get up by 2019, but we just don't have the finances. The reason why we don't have the finances is because the city receives the monies that we receive for all these services is your property taxes. But when you enter Act 47, they give you what is called earned income tax. You can charge the non-commuters, people that work in the city but live outside the city. They work in the city, and we can charge them that. That will go away, and that's about $7 million. In order to get $7 million, we have to really work hard to figure out how we can cover that cost. And we'll do it. We'll be doing it, but it takes know-how, and hopefully someone like myself and my team that I work closely with, we can work this out and get us out of Act 47 without a huge increase in taxes. So I'm asking you for your commitment tomorrow, May 21st. Just give me, I need your support, and I guarantee I'll do the best I can to give the time as a full-time mayor, not part-time. I'm here every year, all year, throughout the year, as a full-time mayor. And I want to thank you for all the help you give me throughout the years, and good luck tomorrow for me and for all of you. Thank you.